Okay, y'all. So this woman sent me a message on TikTok and wanted to share a story time with me. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. They have been married less than a year and he is already acting out of pocket. She says, I'll try to type it up all in one go in case you decide to post. She says, I'm 35 years old. I've been married to my husband who's 33 for 11 months. We've been together for 2 years. When I met my husband, he was here on a work visa. So we decided to get married so he could stay in the States. For the most part, I would say the marriage was going good, except his one problem is communication. My husband doesn't like to express things he doesn't like or things that bothers him. For example, I'm Guyanese. I travel a lot for a carnival, dress up, and play mass. When we first started dating, I told him I had a few trips coming up to other countries that were paid for before we were dating. He said, okay, no problem. I leave the country for a week. I stayed in constant communication between every party. He was okay. I come home and he is being distant, catches an attitude over a small argument, and says he doesn't think we will work out, that he felt disrespected. I was behooved. He called my mom and best friend, who is a man, to commission about feeling insecure, but never expressed it to me. He was very dramatic, doing the most, thinking I would beg him to be with me when I didn't. Okay, so here he is doing the whole passive aggressive thing. She communicated that she needed to leave. And then she comes back and he has an attitude. So he's playing the passive aggressive role. And then the nerve to call her mama. What in the world? Okay, she continues. We sat down and had a conversation and told him that I could not help fix things that I don't know is wrong. He claims he didn't feel like he had the place to say he felt a way. He felt inferior about my lifestyle. I travel the world and treat myself to nice things. He feels he can't afford to give me. Against my better judgment, we eloped anyways. Fast forward to now. I have a best friend who is male. We've been close friends for over 9 years. He lives on the West Coast. We are on the East Coast. We may see each other in person maybe 1 to 2 times every few years. There is nothing, nor has there ever been anything between my friend. He was even a groomsman. My best friend asked to come visit for a few days. I asked my husband if he is okay with my best friend coming to visit, and he said okay. This was 6 weeks before my friend came. I kept bringing it up, making plans and activities for all of us. He's going along, helping me get the house together for company. The day my friend came, he became distant, weird, and standoffish. He came in really late and avoided speaking to me or my friend. This morning, he wakes up, he ignores me, and leaves out before my friend woke up to avoid him again. My friend asked, is everything okay? And if he isn't welcomed, that upset me. This is someone you claim is a friend, but this is how you behave? He called my mom, girl, my mom, and goes on a spiral saying I blindsided him. He didn't know my friend was staying with us. BS. He then tells her his ex left him for her best friend, and it makes him uncomfortable for my friend to stay here. My thing is, you had 6 weeks to express this and said nothing. You wait for my company to come and then act like this. So she says, so I guess she's out with her best friend. She's out with her friend, showing him the city. He calls to tell me, I have two options. She says, my friend, okay, so she's out with her friend showing him the city, and he calls to tell me I have two options. One, separate and stay in the same house until his papers finish processing, but not be together. Or two, just withdraw the paperwork and file for divorce. This is hilarious to me as I'm already a citizen. Why should I continue to help you with your papers when you can't express your feelings and then threaten me with divorce? Even as a married woman, I have decentered. She says, I work from home. I have my own business. We live in my apartment and finances are separate, no kids. I just need my internet sisters to give me some advice because I told him he could leave. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. And I'm like, where does he get this audacity? Like, why does he think that he can make these demands? Is he hot? Like, he better be hot. Is he rich? Like, where does he get this audacity from? So to the point where I was asking if he was hot, she's like, he is, but not hot enough to play with me. I make more than him right now. When we met, he made more. He does his part around the house, cooks and pays bills, but it's just this one flaw. She says, my mom is saying I shouldn't walk away from my marriage, but he wants to walk away. And I'm not in the business of keeping a man who don't want to be kept. I have no problems being alone, and that threatens him. He said before he don't feel like I care, but I do care, but she just cares about her more. She says I care about me more. And then I'm like, how old is your mom? Is she kind of traditional and takes up for men, or think you're incomplete without a man? She says she is 63. And again, we're from Guyana, so she does have a bit of the traditional view, but she's modern too. Ultimately, I think she just feels like it's too early for a divorce, but this is a hard line for me. I cannot stay with someone who is jealous and cannot express themselves, then blow up at me afterwards. And then about an hour later, she sends me this message saying, he took all of his things and left this morning. I'll be looking into divorce or annulment because it's been less than a year. The fact that the fact that he went from, talking about divorce and maybe he'll just stay and work on his paperwork, and then he just left. This makes her life so much easier. She doesn't have to go through all of the messiness of evicting him because, like she said, this is her apartment. This is her stuff. And yeah, it's been less than a year. He has made her life so much easier by taking his ball and going home. I don't know where his home is going to be as he is trying to get citizenship, but it sure ain't gonna be with this woman. This is one of the reasons why so many of these men can't stand women with a job, that are financially secure, that are secure in themselves to know what they will and won't accept. That is one of the reasons. It's like instead of just you know talking things through. These men better learn how to talk things through because you're going to run up on a woman like this woman who's like, you know what? I care about you, but I care about me more. She gonna say, I care about me more. And that's where y'all gotta get. Y'all gotta get to the point where you're like, I love you. I want to be with you. It's cool to be in a relationship with you, but we're not going to do this. You're not going to make threats to me. You can go ahead and go. And this is one of the reasons why they do not like financially secure women. And this is one of the reasons why they do try to baby trap women, try to anchor a woman down, because then the woman second guesses things. Maybe I can make this better. Maybe I can make this work. But the women of right now, 30 and younger, they're like, get someone else to do it. And I am so here for this. If you enjoyed this story time, go ahead and leave your comments, share this, share your stories. I am available on many different platforms as Bourbon Bougie. You can find me, send me your story time. And, let's keep sharing this news. We're going to raise the collective's self-esteem and get to the point where saying, I do love you, but I love me more. I love that. All right. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share.